Okay, so I've had a lot of questions on this one. Not so much the A part, but the B part, but I'm going to work it all for you. So this is number 89 from section 4.5 in your book. And it's a man investing $5,000 in an account that pays 8.5%. And then it's compounded quarterly. All right, so we know that our amount after time t equals the principal times itself plus the interest rate, which we call R, over the number of times per year raised to the number of times per year times the number of years. So if I'm looking at what information they've given me here, they've given me $5,000, which is my principal amount. They've given me 8.5%, which is my interest rate, and then they tell me that it's compounded quarterly or 4 times a year. So to find the amount after 3 years, like A part is asking for, I know that my amount is going to equal my principal times 1 plus my interest rate, and you want to change that to a decimal, over the number of times a year. So it's 4 times a year since it's quarterly, and then I raise that to 4 times 3 years. All right, or 12. And so when you're plugging this in your calculator, make sure you use your order of operations. So you're going to do 1 plus 0.085 divided by 4. You're going to do all that raised to the 12th, and then multiply that by 5,000. And you'll end up getting $6,435.09 after 3 years. Okay, so the B part seems to be what's giving everybody problems, so let's look at that. All right, what is it asking for? It asks for how long will it take. So how long will it take? What is our unknown? Well, our unknown is going to be time. And it wants to know how long it's going to take for the investment to double. And I think some of your questions say double, some of them say triple. But you got to think about the amount after time t, right? What do we want that to be? So if I'm doubling in this particular problem, if I started off with $5,000 and I'm doubling that, that means after a certain amount of time, I'm going to have $10,000. All right, that's just doubling the 5,000. If it said triple it, then I would have had $15,000. That's what I would be looking for. So I know doubling 5,000 is 10,000, so 10,000 is going to equal my principal, which didn't change, it's still 5,000, times 1 plus my interest rate doesn't change, it's still 0.085 over 4 quarterly, 4 times a year, and then I've got 4 times t. All right, now, the first thing you're going to want to do when you're solving an exponential equation, and this is an exponential equation because my variable is in my exponent, that's my unknown. First thing you're going to do is get that expression by itself. So I'm going to get this expression by itself first. So I'm going to divide both sides by 5,000. All right, so I'm going to end up with 2 equals 1 plus 0.085 over 4, all raised to the 4t. Okay, and at this point, I'm going to go ahead and do the math inside there, and I don't know what that is. I'm going to let you handle that part of it, raised to the 4t. Actually, I'm going to plug it in my calculator right here and see what that is so I can finish the problem with you. All right, so I've got 0.085 divided by 4 plus 1. So that's 1.02125. All right, so to solve this, probably what you want to do is just add a log or change this to log form. So when I change this to log form, what I'm going to do here is my base is this right here. So I'm going to say natural log or log, it doesn't matter, common log. So I'm going to do the natural log of my base is 0.02125, and then of 2, equals 4t. All right, now, this looks confusing, but what you're going to need to do here is your change of base formula, because this whole long number was my base. So this is going to be the natural log of 2 divided by the natural log of 1.02125, and you would have gotten the same thing if you had added a log to both sides and then isolated t. You're looking at the same thing, equals 4t. So here I'm going to divide by 4. So t is going to equal the natural log of 2 divided by the natural log of 1.02125, all divided by 4. And when I plug that in my calculator, which I'm going to go ahead and do right now, so I've got the natural log of 2 divided by the natural log of 1.02125 divided by 4, and it's about 8.24 years.